guys, so today I have a totally full, jam-packed informational video for you. So to go over what we're going to be talking about, I'm going to be talking about how to work to become a fashion designer and how to make a career in fashion work, and if it's your dream, how to make it come true. Because I've been getting tons of emails from girls saying, I want to be a fashion designer, but I don't know how, or I don't think I can. And I want to help you guys in any way possible because a couple of years ago I was definitely in that same place. The second thing I'm going to be talking about is giving you some more accessory tips for really cheap. And I think accessorizing is definitely the best way to take a plain outfit, an outfit that anyone could buy, or an outfit that anyone can have at your school, and make it unique and make it fun. And like in my sophomore year of high school, I really didn't know how to shop, and I really wasn't up on what trends were and what was best on my body. So I had a lot of shirts that everyone else had in school, and I learned how to accessorize to make them look unique. And my outfits look totally different than anyone else's. And I think still, even if you know how to buy clothes that are unique and work for your body and work for you, accessorizing takes that outfit to the next level. So I'm going to be giving you some tips on that. And then I'm going to be showing you what I'm wearing again because I've gotten so many requests to show you some of my clothes. So I will do that. So anyways, let's start. So I'll give you my own personal history. I've always been into fashion and designing, and I mean, I have like drawings in my grandma's basement from when I was like 6 years old, and I would be designing dresses and things. And I never took it or thought about it seriously as a career because I was always afraid of it, and I was always running away from it. And because I guess it's scary to have a talent in something and to want something that seems like such an unstable career, especially if you're living in a small town in Minnesota and there isn't a big fashion industry. I mean, Minneapolis is only 20 minutes away from me, but it isn't a very huge or growing fashion industry at the moment. I hope it will be someday, but it isn't. We don't have a lot of craft fairs or anything. It's a very, very scary prospect to realize that you have a talent in something and you love something and you want to do something for the rest of your life, but you're scared of it and people are telling you you're not going to make any money and you're not going to do this. So my first tip is if you feel that you want to do it, if it's what you want to do, then go for it. Don't let anyone tell you not to. I've learned through researching and through researching colleges and doing things that a career is more possible than you think. It's funny because I always thought of fashion designing as a dream that like a 6-year-old would have when I want to grow up, and it would seem more possible when you're like little because, you know, when you're little you want to be a singer, an actress, or a sports star. But really I found that now through researching, it seems more possible that I'm actually entering the job field. It does. So don't give up on it if you have that want. And how do you know if you have that want to be a fashion designer? Well, to want to be a fashion designer or to really figure out what you want to do in any aspect, I think the biggest tip I can give is introspection, which is a fancy psychology term for looking inside yourself and analyzing yourself. And I took a lot of time thinking about that. I mean, think about what classes you loved to go to in high school, and what classes you excelled in high school and you love to go to them. I mean, if you excel in something and you love it, then you know that that's the direction you want to go in. I mean, I sucked at math and science, and I'm still horrible at math and science. I mean, I pull like a little bit above average grades, but it's definitely not my strong suit, and I don't like doing it. But any fashion classes I took in high school, which my high school only had one, which is fashion design and merchandising, it wasn't very thorough, but I loved it. And any English classes I took, I loved, and I excelled greatly at them. And I knew that that's where I wanted to go, in either one of those directions. My second thing is look for your God-given talent. Sorry, I was trying to make air quotes, but God-given talent is basically just another term for something that you feel like you were put on this earth to do. And a lot of times it will be that same thing that you excel at and that you love, but sometimes you just know things and you don't know how you know them, but you're just good at them. I never had any formal training in sewing. I learned most of the hard stuff on YouTube, but when I bought my sewing machine, I knew exactly how to thread it. I knew exactly what stitches to use and what stitch length, and it was crazy because, like I said, I'd never taken any formal classes. The last sewing I had done was making a pillowcase back in 7th grade. So I really feel like I had I was born with a talent for that, and I think you need to fulfill your purpose. And I think you could have more than one. And sometimes, being talented in one area means that you're less talented in another area. For instance, my math and science is not good, but my fashion and English is. So, just looking within yourself and really thinking about what you want to do is good. And don't let anyone else tell you you can't do it. And don't think about if you're going to make enough money or not, because there's always a way. I believe that if you love what you're doing, you will truly excel. So let's say you thought about that and you want to go into a career of fashion. Now you have to realize that a career of fashion is not going to be a glamorous career for the most part. There are going to be a few of us really awesome people who excel and do make a lot of money off of it, but you can be equally as good as those people and still be trying to get by. And that happens with any career, so you can't really let it scare you. But being a fashion designer, you definitely have to be okay with not living glamorously right away. You have to be okay with working your way up. Like, my idea of the perfect life is living in a 5-foot apartment in New York City with a shared bathroom, and everyone thinks I'm crazy, but that's my idea of perfect. And that's perfect for someone who's going to be starting out in the fashion industry, because that's how it might be. If your idea of perfect is something else, then you might want to look into going into other careers within the fashion industry. There's fashion buyers and accessory buyers, and there's fashion merchandisers, and there's a lot of other careers that you can go into. My second thing would be to look for a college that offers design. Shout out to the University of Minnesota, which is my school, but a college that offers design, and even better, a college that offers a double major. You don't have to get a degree in design to become a fashion designer, but it helps, I think, to learn the sewing, but you don't have to feel like it. But what really is cool is if you can get a double major. Like, I'm doing a double major in journalism and design because, like I said, I have a talent for writing, and journalism is that thing I can fall back on if I make no money with design, because you do need to live. And journalism can also take me into the fashion career. I can work for a fashion magazine. So think about double majoring in something, or majoring first in something and then going back and taking design classes that can transfer over into the fashion career, because it's going to be really helpful. You can't build up your own fashion line unless you have money to do it. So you need some sort of career that's going to be bringing in some sort of money so you can begin to start your own line. Okay, so now that colleges is covered, what do you do after? What do you do when you're in college and you're preparing for a career, or you graduated college and you're ready to go out into the world? There's really a few paths designing can take you, which is you can be your own freelance designer, which is you have your own label, you have your own business, And there's a very big business side of being that, which is why I would recommend taking business classes if you're interested in doing that. It's very business-sided, but it's your own designs, it's your own label, and it's your own company, basically. And then there's the other side, which is you can go and work for a fashion warehouse. Like, for instance, I know he just passed away, but Alexander McQueen's fashion house. He has designers under him that design clothes for his name and for his labels. So a lot of big designers, like basically all big designers, they do have people under them and working for them, and designers under them working for them. So that's another way to go. That is an area where having a degree in design would help you more than just being a freelance designer. Because that, like any job, you need to get hired to, and you need to have qualifications. And they want people with experience, obviously, to be the designers under them. So that's where having a degree would really help you if you want to go to that route. Don't be scared of being a freelance designer, though, because the internet makes it so much easier to do. There's a really cool website, which is Etsy.com, and if you haven't checked it out, you definitely should. It's my favorite place to buy clothes, and it's an online store for all things handmade or vintage. And what's really cool is anyone can set up their own shop on it, and it is like an online store, and you can sell the clothes that you make, and you get money from them, you make profits from them. And that is definitely a really cool breakthrough, and it's great for people who are starting in the industry and they want to build up your clientele. So you also want to be a freelance designer, and you want to work on building up this clientele. You want to work on building up the people who want to buy from you. The best way to do that is to make a portfolio. And basically a portfolio, what I do in my portfolio is I put a picture of the sketch that I drew. So it's my original design right next to side by side with a picture of the finished design. So I have like a friend who wears the size of the design. I take a picture of her wearing it, and I take like the front, the back, the side, so all views are seen, and then I put that side by side with the sketch. And on the sketch, I normally tack on the ideas for fabric I had, so just like little squares of fabric that I had and that I made the dress of, so they can actually see what fabric it is. So, you know, I take the fabric and cut out a little portion and glue it onto that sketch. So the people looking at the portfolio can see what fabric it is and how I made it move and how I manipulated it. Because some fabric is easier to manipulate than others. And if you can work with and manipulate a very tricky fabric, it just adds to your qualifications. And I would only put designs that you're proud of in your portfolio. I would have at least 10 of your favorite designs. Of course, if you have more, then do it, but never put anything unfinished in your portfolio, and never put anything you're not proud of in your portfolio. Because that's what you're going to be showing to your clients. That's what you're going to be showing to at possible job interviews to represent what you do as a designer. So those are basically my biggest tips in becoming a designer. Always just play around. If you're interested in being a designer and you don't know how to sew, I recommend buying a sewing machine and a dress form. They're spendy, but I promise you'll save a lot of money on clothes. So it will be worth the while. And just watching YouTube videos and learning. It takes creativity to be a designer, and you can learn the sewing at any time. So if you have that creative edge but you don't know how to sew, don't think that you can't be a designer. I mean, you know, go out right now and look at some sewing machines. You don't need a super expensive one. You just need a simple sewing machine to start out with. And start watching YouTube videos and learning how to sew. Threadbangner.com is a great place to start. That's where I learned a lot of my DIY projects and where I started. And try it, because it's really fun. It's a fun thing to do, and it's a lot less hard than people think it is. People think it's horrible and they don't want to try it, and I just encourage you to do, because it's really easier than it seems, and I thought it was easier than I thought it would be. Okay, so now after that long speech, here's my quick accessory tip. Okay, so I wear leg warmers over my jeans all the time, and I added a little hair clip to the side of my leg warmers to give my outfit a little bit of sparkle, and it works really great. And these clips were $5 at H&M for 2 of them, and it's a good piece of sparkle to add to the leg warmers, and I think it's fun. My second tip is to keep your necklaces in place by pinning an accessory to your shirt. So if you see, I pinned a bow because I love bows, but you could definitely pin something else over the chains of my necklaces, and it will keep my necklaces down when I'm, moving around. I'm at school, and I'm moving because my necklaces always like to shift over. So this keeps them nice and in place, and it also keeps them facing forward because it kind of seals the chains in there. So I just pinned over the necklace chain. And now for my outfit, I'm wearing this cheetah print shirt from Forever 21, which is, I love. It's just short sleeves, and it's kind of a silky fabric, so it's fun with my necklaces and my bow. And then I have it tucked into a pair of jeans just from American Eagle with this really cool belt, which is $5 at Kohl's, and it's fun. It's got kind of like a snake skin feel to it. And then I paired those with leg warmers from Target over my jeans with the little clips on the side, and then I'm going to wear some ballet flats on my feet. So that's my outfit. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and make sure to check out my blog, www.matefashion.blogspot.com, for more fashion tips and tutorials. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.